If you're in the market for an affordable automatic espresso machine that produces decent coffee, Philips offers just that with their 800, 1200 and 2200 series. I got the 800 series, but they all pretty much have the same features apart from some minor design and voltage differences. So everything in this review will apply to all three models. I'm gonna start with the pros of this machine, what I like and what I don't like, how to use it, so stay tuned and let's get right into it. So in terms of specs, this one has 1500 watts and 230 volts, but that's because I'm in Europe, so the US version would have 120 volts. But nonetheless, it does heat up pretty quickly and produces high temperatures, which is good for coffee extraction, obviously. Its current price on Amazon is 500 bucks, but I've seen this machine go for 350 sometimes on sale, so it is definitely one of the cheapest automatic machines on the market. It's very compact, it can fit on any kitchen counter or any mini bar. I'll have the full dimensions on the screen somewhere so you can pause and measure. The next big plus is having the option to use either whole beans or pre-ground coffee. It comes with a 12 setting ceramic grinder that claims it can last for up to 20,000 coffees, which is, if you drink one coffee a day, that's like 50 something years. The way you adjust it is you press and turn the little knob, and I recommend you always set it on an empty tray. I'll let you know why later in this video. I will leave it somewhere towards the finer grind setting and adjust if needed later based on taste. Next, the machine comes with a fairly large water tank that more importantly uses a water filter called AquaClean and can last up to 5,000 cups without needing to descale the machine. So the water filter is a plus because it's another important factor for a good tasting cup of coffee. And most importantly, the machine has a water tank indicator. So if the water tank is empty, you're gonna have this light turn on. You won't even be able to run a shot. And I can't tell you how convenient that is because there's a lot of more expensive machines that don't have this, and you find yourself very often running a shot without any water in the water tank and barely any coffee comes out and you ruin your beans, so you have to restart the whole process. It also conveniently has a ground spin indicator, so when the bean gets full you have this second light turn on and you have to empty it out. But probably the biggest benefit of this machine is the ease of use. It's really simple. You just turn it on, wait for it to warm up. It warms up pretty fast. So you want to first make sure you have fresh bag of beans, pour some beans into the grinder hob. You can adjust the coffee spout based on the cup size. You have a couple of options. One is for espresso and one is for black coffee type drinks. You press it once for one cycle or one more time for 2 cycles. Then you have this next setting, which is for the strength, or as the instruction says, aroma. So that's basically how much coffee grounds you want in your brew head. And then the final setting is the shot volume. So you can pick how much water should run through your group head. I'll go with the least amount, and then you press the play button. With the double shot or 2 cups of coffee option, you can practically make 4 cups of coffee in a matter of minutes. And I'm gonna show you what I mean just now. So you can split your dose into 2 separate cups, one after the other. So this is very useful for serving multiple people if you have people over in just a matter of a few minutes. Another good feature this machine offers is the ability to dispense hot water. So that's another option for making Americanos or just teas. It's really straightforward to use. Once you have your shot of espresso, you can just put it under the steam wand, press the hot water button, adjust the volume, and press the play button. Or as I said, you can use it to make a cup of tea. Same process, really easy and fast. You have your tea in a matter of a minute. It comes with a manual steamer And although it's not the best, it does get the job done. Again, same thing, press on the steamer and press on the play button. You wait for it to warm up because this machine is a single boiler, so it takes a little bit of time to kind of shift gear, and it's gonna take you around 10 seconds to steam your milk. And always have your steam wand submerged in the milk so that you don't get a lot of big bubbles. And once you're done, press on the play button again. Give your steam wand a quick wipe, swirl your milk, and start pouring. Or what you can do is just do the reverse cappuccino and pour some espresso in your already steamed milk. Another good option that this machine offers is the ability to use pre-ground espresso to make coffee. All you have to do is use only one scoop with the scoop that comes with the machine and pour it into this pre-ground coffee chute. Choose your drink and then press and hold the aroma option for 3 seconds. Another very good thing about this machine is that it kind of maintains itself. So when you turn it on and you turn it off, it runs some hot water through the brewing head. So you don't have to worry about running water after each cup of coffee. So you know that every time you turn it on, it kind of cleans itself, and every time you turn it off, it rinses itself. When talking about maintenance, the group head is also very easy to take out and clean. Behind the water tank, there's this small door. You open it, and then there's the group head. You push it to the back, and it kind of pops out. You can just then rinse it under water and put it back in. So that's all about the pros. I do want to talk about the cons first before I wrap this video up. Starting with the most obvious one, like most automatic espresso machines, the Philips 1200 series sacrifices some control for the sake of convenience. You can adjust the strength and volume, but finer details like pressure and extraction time are all preset by the machine. So the only way you can adjust your shots is by taste, pretty much. So if your shot is too sour, you can grind finer, or if it's too bitter, you can grind coarser. For those who enjoy experimenting with every aspect of their coffee making, you're not gonna get that from this machine. So that comes down to personal preference and what you're looking for in an espresso machine and what you're hoping to get out from your coffee making experience. Second thing is that this machine is just all plastic, so it feels kind of cheap design wise, and that's probably because it is cheap. So everything is plastic: the brewing head, the bean hopper, the drip tray, the used grounds container. So I wish Philips introduced some stainless steel elements, but I think that's just an option for their higher end models. Another thing that bothered me while using this machine was when you have beans in the hopper, it's much more difficult to adjust the grinder settings. So you have to do it in the middle of the cycle. You have to press start and then adjust the grinder while the grinder is grinding. So I think there had to be a better solution for that. Next, I think I briefly mentioned this before. The milk frother is not the best just because I don't like all these cheaper machines that have this wide opening for the milk frother. It makes it much more difficult to create microfoam. Instead, you get like big bubbly foam. So you can't really make those cafe flat whites or cappuccinos with the latte arts. Even after a few attempts, I wasn't really successful. So they definitely could have done a better job with the milk frother. The machine can also be a little bit too loud. The steamer, the grinding, the noise when you're running the shot is just a bit loud. So if you're living with someone, just a bit of a heads up there. And finally, I think this is a bit of a missed opportunity by Philips for not making the cup holder also a cup warmer. This thing does not warm up at all, so you won't have your cups warm before you pull a shot. So that's it for this review, guys. If you found it helpful, please make sure to hit that like button. It helps me a lot. Subscribe for more coffee content, and I'll catch you in the next one.